Hey guys, I really don't want to do video today, but I just feel like sharing this with you, like everyone. The thing is, I got to realize something lately that it is true when you are in a relationship, you fall in love and you can also fall out of love. Not intentionally, I mean. And when I'm talking about not intentionally, this is what I mean. At some point in your relationship, you feel like you don't feel the spark for that person. You feel like, God, all those butterflies that I used to feel when I heard his name or when I saw him and everything is not there anymore. It happens. But for us, for ladies, the only option we do have is looking for someone else that we actually feel that butterflies for. But do you know that most of the time that is not the solution when you fall out of love with a person? It is not because they offend you or because they stop doing what they do, but because your heart needs a break and you think the solution is to go look for someone else that you actually probably that you have new feelings for. This is it. Instead of a lady to go look for someone else, even though that current relationship that you are doesn't give you problem, you have peace of mind and everything is okay. It is everything you always dream of, but you actually fell out of love with him unintentionally. This is it. I happened to be in this situation before, but instead of me to look for someone else, I actually resort to thinking about what and why I fell out of love with him. And I realized that I don't have any reason. It just happened. Okay, I look outside, I check outside, and I realize that there's no one that can ever be like him. So what will I do? I sat down, I think and think and think outside the bus, and I realized that, okay, should I go back to those first time that I saw him, that I felt that spark? Should I go back there and just search for things that make me feel those spark for him? And I realized that it actually works. Just have to go back to those days and look for what actually makes you attracted to him. What actually makes you feel attracted to him? What actually makes you feel that spark, that butterflies for him? Probably is maybe you sing together, you talk together, heart to heart conversation, probably going out, telling him everything you always wanted is actually the reason you feel your spark for him. I think you should start doing all those things all over again. And this thing doesn't take 2 days, 3 days. It's actually weeks thing. It's a week thing, it's like 2-3 weeks. It's a gradual step. And the next thing you're going to see is the spark is back. Just go back to those days you see him, what you feel for him. And you really want to find out what you feel for that guy, go back to the days you fell in love with him. And when you start doing all those things you do back then, when you feel that spark for him, I'm very sure you're going to develop that feeling again. You fell in love again, and when you fell in love again with him, it will be different from the first love you felt for him back then. It will be new. The feeling will be new and amazing. If you try, you see what I'm talking about. Instead of looking for another guy, starting a new chapter again, it's not as if the guy wasn't good, but because you feel like you actually fell out of love with him, the next thing is to go and look for another guy and fall in love again. Instead of that, why not correct your step? Why not look for the solution than to go out there to look for another person? It's not as if this guy actually hurt you, but if he hurts you, you can actually go out there to look for another person. But if he doesn't hurt you and it's the guy you've always wanted, but actually accidentally you fell out of love with him, this will actually help.